Walk out the door in my little black dress. Been a long day and I need to de-stress. Sun sets behind downtown skyline. My headphones on, play my favorite song. Turn the volume up all the way on my phone. Pulsing concrete under my feet.
What is up, beautiful people? Welcome once again to Clothing. Welcome to another wonderful video. Guys, I'm feeling all kind of like sexy, sultry, and all of that. And we're going to be creating a dress that will depict that kind of femininity. And we're going to be working on a cowl neck blouse. You can actually change this cowl neck design to a gown, to a blouse, to a jumpsuit, however you want to freestyle with it. I'm going to just show you the basic. We're going to be using pattern to do it. And the fabric we're going to be using is this beautiful silk-like fabric. It's almost like satin, but it has silky texture to it. I have about 3 yards of this fabric, of which we are not going to be using 3 yards. 2 yards is just enough for you. So we are going to start this real quick. By the way, I posted a video that showed this new sewing machine that we are going to be using from now henceforth till we get an upgrade. So if you've not watched that video, click the link up here to watch the video, as well as do not forget to subscribe. If you're yet to, give me a huge thumbs up so that more of our clan, our clique, will know that we are back and we are running. Thank you so much for staying tuned, guys. Let's dive right into this video. Okay, so we have the back bodice pattern. For the back bodice, I just ruled my armhole line, my waistline, and the blouse length. So you're going to take those measurements on your body. The bust point line still represents your armhole line. I used about 9.5 inches for it, and then my waistline about 15 inches, and the length of the blouse, I'm going to increase it on the fabric. I have 21.5 inches here, so I'm still going to increase it to 24 inches by the time I'll be cutting on fabric. And then for the front, the same thing. I have about 9.5 on the bust line, that's for the armhole line. My waistline still 15 inches, and the length of the blouse is about 23 inches here, so I'll still increase it to 24 inches. For the neckline for the front, I'm using 3 inches, 3.5 inches deep, but you can use 3 inches deep for the front neckline, while the back neckline is just 1 inch deep. Back 1 inch, front 3.5 or 3 inches deep. So I will cut the neck for the front. Okay, great. I don't even really want it that deep. And then I left my shoulder allowance for the on the pattern as well. Okay, so now that we have this, we're just going to go ahead straight to work on the cowl design. So the next thing we're going to do is on this bust point line here, this bust line here, let me label it bust line and waistline. I'm going to measure about, I'm going to measure about 1.5 inch below here. I'm using 1.5 inch below, and I'll just connect it to my armhole line here and draw a slant line this way. So I will slash through that point there. So that I will be able to spread it wide. I want us to also have pleats along the shoulder. I'm going to measure the width of my shoulder there, and then we can split it into about 3 or 4 pleats right there. So measuring this, I have about 5.5 inches. If we divide it by 3, we could do 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, yeah, or 1, 1, 1, so that we have about 4 there. So one, one. So we'll have about 4 pleats on the shoulder there. And the pleats, I just want it to be only in the front. We'll rule more lines. Okay. So don't worry, this is going to come out so beautiful. Okay. So we have it there. And it depends on how much you're going to be pleating there. That would give you how it's going to look by the time you're done. So before I slash this through, I'm going to be slashing it through and pinning it directly on the fabric. Before I do that, before I make any um, manipulation on this, I want us to cut the back pattern on the fabric. So this is the fabric we are using, and you're going to be working self edge to self edge. This is what the self edge means. This part, right? You're going to be placing it like to go and meet the other part of the self edge here. This part to this part. This is what I mean. So front sides facing front sides. I'm just going to take it one step at a time because this fabric is very flowy, like how it flows. You just have to be very careful, especially if you're using this type of fabric. We're going to put the back first. The back does not have any zipper allowance. It also does not have any other manipulation. It's just as basic as it can be. So I'll just place it this way and then go with the appropriate length that I want for this blouse. So I want to work on the length. I'm going to make my blouse about from here. I'm going to make it about 24 inches long, which is just about there. Okay, so this is the back. We are going to work on the front right now. For the back, you will need a facing to be able to turn this neck very nice and neat. You need a facing so you can use a bias to pipe it or still cut this fabric but just stop at the armhole length. That will help to do the facing. So let's work on the front. This part here must align with the folded edge, this lower front bodice, while this one can spread as much as we want it to. So let me move this down a bit more and I'll pin the lower bodice first to the fabric. So let's measure how wide we have this, how wide we're going to be spreading. So we put our measuring tape here. I want us to spread as wide as um, okay, I'm doing about 11 inches, right? You can spread more than that if you want to. So that's okay. I'll pin there. I'll also pin the neck points there. Okay, let's pin the side down. Pin here as well. Then we can search through this. Don't separate it completely, just to the point. So we can then widen as much as we want to. Widen. Okay. So I'm using just about 1 inch in between to widen. So for this one, we will just lower the armhole this way, just a bit, just to round it. That's all we'll do. So it goes this way and cuts off. Okay, so from here, from this neck point here, this part here, we'll just rule a line straight this way. Okay, and then that's where we'll cut from. Notch here and here, notch here and here, here. Good. And the same thing for the facing. So we'll pleat this part to form the pleats, and then this one we are going to use a facing there to give it more coverage. Okay, so for the facing, I will cut exactly this part up onto the armhole point, up onto here. That's what I'm going to cut for this up part here, up onto this point. That's where I'm cutting for the facing. Same thing with the back. Remember, you're going to cut a facing up onto here as well. Then I'll cut my sleeve, and then we can begin sewing this up.
Is my cup tonight? Hips way under traffic lights. Street talk, glowing neon bright. It's a dance floor in moonlight. New age and life can get crazy. I just sit away like whoop, oh. If I'm too serious, then I might go crazy. I just sit away like whoop, oh. Turn up the radio, I let it go. Turn up the radio, oh, oh. Turn up the radio, I let it go. Turn up the radio, oh, oh. Walk down the street and I move to the snare. Throw my hands up to the bass like a prayer. Stars shine behind downtown skyline. Don't overthink tonight, just gonna dance. Fall for the rhythm, a sonic romance. Pulsing concrete on